Bore da, good morning. It's a lovely sunny Saturday morning and I'm heading up to the Mental. It's going to be a photo shoot at the Mental today. It's going to be imminent changes. So basically what I'm going to do today is just take a shed load of photos of the roads, the buildings, the land and everything. Just basically have a wander and just take, like I say, a bucket load of stills. I got the still camera equipment with me today, so that's what I'm going to do. So onwards and upwards up to the Mental. Quiet on the road today on a Saturday morning. We're just arriving at the top of town, High Street. Dr. Livingstone, I presume. Anyway, this is High Street. And just on my right it's still called Liveling Garage. This is where I grew up. It was the old Williams brothers coach builders of high quality, and my tide, which is my grandfather, used to work there, and when Williams brothers packed it in, they got too old, they gave him the whole shebang, the whole building. That was my bedroom there, that end window. That was my bedroom. That's where I grew up as a kid, and that's where I had a lot of interactions with the patients for the Mental. So this is Love Lane, just over the brow at the top of Love Lane. With the patients, the ones that were let out, this is the way they'd make their way into town, down Love Lane. So yeah, so like I say, I'm just going to take a shed load of photos. Imminent changes. I'm going to take photos of literally everything, even the road layouts and stuff like that. I know where the second entrance is going to be, heading towards the nurse's home, and of course you've got Jones Brothers entrance, but the main entrance that was in use when the Mental was open, apparently according to plans they're not going to have that as an entrance. So when they're going to take the pavement away and everything, like I say, I'm just going to photograph everything. 40 years or 40 plus years now of documenting the Mental, and ain't going to stop anytime soon. So here I am, back at the Mental. So let's get some photos. Camera set up, monopod camera for a nice steady shot, especially on the zooms. So that's it. That's all the photons taken. What I wanted to take anyway. Anything really. Like I say, going to be some changes, imminent changes. So as always, thanks for watching. 40 plus years of documenting the Mental, and ain't going to stop anytime soon. So thanks for watching, and the slideshow is going to follow.